49ers Christian McCaffrey had himself an absolute day, doing it on the ground and through the air. He was actually nominated as the FedEx Ground Player of the Week award for his contributions. I mean, what an absolute stud Christian McCaffrey has been this year. I mean, really being the most consistent part of the San Francisco 49ers offense. Considering all the injuries that they have gone through, he has been really the one constant this season. And even with, there hasn't been great blocking up front, but CMC got a little bit better blocking by the boys, and we saw him get his first 100-yard rushing game of the season, also his second consecutive game with a rushing touchdown. Take a look at Baldy breaking it down. CMC back. Is he back? I don't know. Let's talk about it. Take a look right here.
For a 49er fan, it was a welcome sight to see the day that Christian McCaffrey had. Started with great blocking, though. You watch Trent right here, just caving in the whole side. And there goes McCaffrey. The cuts were just like, he was onto the free safety so many times in his game. Like you watch right here, this toss crack. Like Juwan Jennings, good block. Now, here comes Juice, Trent, and there goes McCaffrey. All right? Like jumping through the hole. Like gliding. You watch him watching him just pop this run to the free safety right here. Like here it is. It's not the most perfectly blocked play, but where's the hole? There it is. Now he comes right off Kittle. There you go. He's on to Jesse Bates. One time after another. It's good seeing Kittle right here on the lead block, right? Like the old days. All right, here he is on Leonard Floyd, just getting a little hooked, and there goes McCaffrey. Ooh, making guys miss. Xavier Watts, the rookie, making miss. From the 1-yard line. All right, he doesn't miss. He doesn't miss. It's not perfectly blocked, but there it is. Even the somersault and the stick and the landing was perfect. It was a good sight. See, now, watch this. Just follow Pooney here, okay? Pooney's going to take you to, right? Except that McCaffrey sees this. Bam. Right here, one-on-one. He's shaking him. He's shaking him right now. It's getting close. The big runs are coming. Here it is. Reduced front, right? They're going to cover it up. They're not going to let McCaffrey run in there. Here it is. Like, watch this cut right here. Right here. There it is. Again, on to Xavier Watts. One play after another. And then you get this. All right? On the biggest play of the game right here. All right? You make him a receiver right here. You let him run this little seam. All right? And then you finish the game off like right here. Little power. Inside, there's the hole. Juice. He's got juice, man. He's back. That looked great. Look at Kittle. He's like, he can't stand it. He's having so much fun. That was a good day for the 49ers and Christian McCaffrey.
I've heard a lot of chatter about CMC. I've even seen some things where I'm like, is CMC lost a little bit of burst, or is it some other things? Maybe he just hasn't been able to get enough open field to really be able to really showcase a whole lot. But I don't know. CMC looked pretty back to normal yesterday, and it was good to see. It was fantastic. It was great to see him actually get some running lanes and be able to break free. It just feels like CMC has been running into a body of walls all year and just really hasn't been able to find a crease in between the tackles. Nothing's really been there outside the tackles. It just feels like the 49ers run game has struggled more than I can even remember, dating back to Kyle Shanahan back in 2017 when he took over. It just feels like the 49ers have struggled so much running the football. It's I don't know. But like I mentioned, it was great to see them ball out and have a lot of success. And, Christian McCaffrey's on pace right now to break the record for receptions by a running back and yards by a running back on a season. He is back to being an elite producer the 49ers, you know, I've had a lot of people tell me that CMC's fallen off. Even some people saying that CMC isn't elite. I had made a post about, you know, the elite running back matchup that was going to go down between CMC and Bijan Robinson, and a lot of, you know, 49er fans pushed back on that, said no, CMC's not elite. He's lost it. And I was like, that's a bold thing to say, considering how well he's produced underneath the circumstances that the 49ers are dealing with. Also, you have to keep in mind, a lot of defensive coordinators have, you know, been daring the 49ers to throw it. Just, you know, stacking the box with multiple defenders, you know, putting the 49ers in a bad spot to run the football. So there's a lot of reasons why, you know, maybe the running game hasn't been to what we had hoped it to be, or what we've come to expect, honestly. But overall, I think that we saw with the return of George Kittle, him being on the field, the gravity that he possesses. We've talked a lot about CMC's gravity, but I noticed it whenever he was like running routes, he was bracketed, double covered, and the Atlanta Falcons defense really didn't want George Kittle to be the one to beat him. So it's pretty fascinating to see, you know, how defenses change playing offenses when certain players are available. And it's crazy, right? Like, people make all these comments about, you know, the Avengers and all of these things, but it's like one thing impacts the other. And, you know, CMC talks about it all the time, of why this game is an ultimate team game. And I love it. I love what he has to say, and it's the truth. You know, you have to play as a team, and when you have your best players on the field who have, you know, gelled together, have a cohesion, of course you're going to get a better brand of football, and things are going to look more effortless. So, I don't know. I love it. I love CMC and his resurgence this year. It's been phenomenal. But I'm curious to know, what do you guys think? Is CMC still elite? You tell me in the comments below. And as always, make sure to like and subscribe for more updates.